Patello-Femoral syndrome. Remember, that happens between the patella and the femur. It's also called chondromalacia. It is always lurking after a knee injury. So you have a client that had a knee surgery or a severe knee injury, let's say 3 years ago, but their knee hasn't been the same since. Does that sound familiar? My knee still hurts me, even though they've been through PT and it was fine, but it still acts up. It's always lurking. This is something they're going to have to manage probably the rest of their life. These are the people that you see that when they contract their quad, you see that that patella tendon always juts lateral. Okay? That VMO is incredibly weak, and that IT band is incredibly tight. It's also called noisy knee, and no, it is not okay. I get asked that all the time. Oh, but I can still work it. Or I hear trainers do this all the time. And they say, oh, it's okay if it makes noise as long as there's no pain. It's not okay. Because every time you're doing that, you're still grinding away and grinding away and grinding away at whatever structure's under there. It's not okay. Now, some people, they got what they got, and it's going to hurt them, and you're going to have noise, but you want to find a noise-free range of motion if at all possible. We'll often see pain, swelling, and the VMO does shut down. And finally, tight IT band. Here's where the controversy begins. To roll or not to roll? How many of you in here roll your IT bands? Go ahead, raise your hands. How many think rolling IT bands are the worst thing you can possibly do? We get a couple. It's a huge controversy. Huge controversy. How I describe this is kind of like Goldilocks. Okay? Your IT band needs to have some tautness to it. It has to. I know some people that roll the living daylights out of it, and they use the hardest roller possible. I remember that there was a speaker who taught people how to do it with PVC. Oh, talk about painful. It's cheap, but it's painful. And I don't know how he got his clients to come back to him time after time and do it. You want to roll it, but you don't want to roll it too much. You want it functional. And one of the tests we do today, you're going to be able to see who you should and who you shouldn't roll their IT bands.